Welcome back inside the Kay Bailey Hutchison Convention Center in beautiful downtown Dallas, Texas. As we wrap things up for the 15th season, this is our final championship from the number one court, Court 36. It's going to be a team from Nebraska, Premier, in the black uniforms with the white numbers. Premier, Nebraska, 15 black out of the Great Plains region, and Omaha, Nebraska. And on the other side, it's going to be a team from Texas, the Houston Juniors 15 Premier out of the Lone Star region, and they have the very flamboyant blue fade to orange uniforms with the orange numbers. They are on the right side of your screen, and Premier is on the left side. And I like that the coaches are now marching out for the introductions. That makes it much easier for me. I'm Coach K. I am back doing the Girls Junior National Championships for my 12th year. We didn't have one in the COVID year in 2020. I started back in 2013 right here in Dallas, Texas. Did American and Patriot that first year, but then I moved up to doing all of the matches the following year. Now I have to choose because the 15s and the 14s play at the same time, so I favor the 15s with the fact that they are the older age. And this is our final match. This is the 15 Freedom Gold Medal match. These two teams had to win two matches to get here. Houston Juniors beat Arizona EVJ, and then they beat SA Juniors in their semifinal. And Premier beat Ignite out of the Southern California region and then knocked off Club B Black Kyle out of the Intermountain region to get to the championship. The coaches for Houston Juniors, Marissa Stinson in her third year and Marjani Miles. They are in the gray sweatshirts at the end of the line. And, of course, the captains get introduced first. And it looks like two captains for Houston Juniors and a single captain. And then the liberos are in contrasting jerseys. And the libero wearing number 99, I like that number for a libero, is Kaylin Harvey for Houston Juniors. On the other side, in white, the libero is Avery Whaley. And now we're about to get down to the coaches for Houston Juniors. Josh Adams, in his 10th year, is in the gray T-shirt. He's assisted by Cameron Zeeley in the black, and Tatum Anderson, she's in the white quarter zip. Our officials for this one: Cheryl Magarek from the Southern California region is a line judge, as is Doug Grinnell from the Pioneer region. The scorers are Shannon Knutson and Steve Pettish. And then Jake Rasmussen from the Southern region is the second referee. And Tangela Ennis from the Florida region is the first referee. So this crew, I'm sure, will do a great job. We've had great officiating all day. And it is indeed an honor to be named an official for a gold medal final. So the teams are ready to run on as our first referee, Tangela Ennis, beckons them on. And a little bit smaller crowd, although a very respectable crowd for this 15 Freedom Gold Medal match. Got a couple backpacks on the playable surface, so those are going to be moved back. Looks like Premier has come to Texas with a steer as a mascot on their bench. Houston Juniors Coach Marissa Stinson, she's doing a little calisthenics to get ready for this one. So the lineups will be checked by Jake Rasmussen as the teams are on the floor. And then the liberos will be released to the floor. Liberty has a short history. It only goes back 3 years to 2022 in Indy, then Chicago, then last year in Las Vegas, at least for this age bracket. And Both these teams are looking for first medals. And I don't believe any of the Premier players have won a medal before. And I'm certain none of the Houston Juniors players have won a medal before. So we are underway in the 15 Freedom Final, and it's going to start with a big swing by Addie Jeffers, the 5'10 right side. She gets a kill on her first rip, a first ball side out, and now the server will be Abigail, we'll call her Abby Davenport, a 5'11 outside hitter. Premier has to give back a free ball, and not sure what's going on in the front row, but there's a kill for Reese Moriarty. Reese Moriarty, a 6-foot outside hitter, and we're going to call her the big dog. And she may be the key for Houston Juniors. If they're going to get a goal, they need some big swings from the big dog. Errant pass can't be retrieved. A serve for Abby Davenport. So the early, well, I don't have a scoreboard operator again. Hard cross-court kill for number 4, Grace Sheaf, 5'9", outside hitter. And the server is Jordan Frink. A shank second contact, and Frink will stay on serve. These two teams both qualifying at their relative regionals, the Great Plains regionals as well as the Lone Star regionals. Shot in the middle does not go over for Bella Mueller, number 9. And here comes the libero, 5'2.5", Kaylin Harvey. She, like Coach K, playing in some goggles today. Tough serve from Harvey, but it will come back. Now a chance to run some offense out on the left with Moriarty. Another ball to Moriarty, and she's blocked. Good play by Mueller to come in late. And then a miss hit. So the block by Mueller and her setter, Audrey Gallion. That ball went in the plane, and perfect position by Grace Rued, the 6'1" middle hitter. And we've got some help with the scoreboard. Victor from the All-Tournament Team Committee has stepped up, and it is now a 5-4 lead for Houston Juniors, and they'll run their double sub and bring in a new setter. That is Ava Campbell. Ironically, both setters, number 21 and number 2, are both named Ava. And a new right side, let's see. We'll get that in a second, as Ava Campbell will serve. Ava, number 2. Cross-court shot. Doug Moriarty gets another swing. I think that dig was Harvey in the angle. Moriarty now just clears the ball. Whaley puts it up so it can be attacked, and it's a kill for Tegan Nielsen. She is a 6-foot outside hitter. So we've got in the Freedom Division a battle of the 6-foot outsides with Reese Moriarty and Tegan Nielsen. Those two probably likely candidates for the MVP award. We'll see. We're going to get it this time for sure. Victor promised me. Ball off the shoulder of Gallion. And a tip in the middle. Grace Rued with the tip down. And now it's Premier up by 1. And if you were with us in the last hour, you know that Premier Gold just took the USA Championship. So we have the unique opportunity as Gallion goes long, with the unique opportunity of back-to-back gold medals in 2 different divisions by a first team and a second team. I can think of an example of that happened many, many years ago. Oh! Well, I can't fault the effort by Abby Davenport, but she crashed into the net. That's about the easiest net violation you'll ever see. Second referee with some words for head coach Marissa Stinson. As it looks like a double sub for Premier. They were not really clear on whether they would run their 6-2 or not run their 6-2, but it looks like they're going to. And the second setter is Molly McGreer wearing number 2. A kill on the left side by Abby Davenport, the 5'11 outside hitter. And it's a 7-7 tie early. And the server is the serving middle, Zaria Collier. High hand shot and off the defender by Abby Davenport. I was wrong. I thought a second setter came in, but it was actually Kate Deerstad came in as a DS. Gallion is still the setter, so my error. I'm looking at my 4th set of lineups today, so occasionally we miss one. But not missing is Haley Rand, 6-foot right side down the line. Now let's see, Rand's, she's still in the front row. Yeah, the DS was number 3, and let's see who she DS'd for. I think possibly for Nielsen. Ball chopped off the block. And I think it was Madison Wells, but we'll call it Maddie. The 6-foot right side with that last kill. And coming on is the setter, Ava Shepard, along with a new right side. Try to get the number. I think it's 20. Addie Jeffers. Interesting tip shot from Rands. And scoring on the left was Abby Davenport. So the server is the setter, Ava Shepard, 5'7" setter. Her other setter, her counterpart, Ava Campbell, 5'9" setter. But they both set in the back row. High ball on the left. And Davenport is blocked, now going the other way and finding the court. She picks up another kill. Addie Jeffers. We have Addie and Maddie at right side and Ava at center. Houston Juniors with some interesting combos of names. That serve is long from Ava Shepard. And now we will get Campbell Haft 5-4 DS. She just came on for a middle as a serving sub, and she has a good one. Double block, but then the save on the second ball by the middle. However, ouch. Grace Sheaf just pounded that ball through the double block, and then she might have gotten a little shot to the face on the high five. It's pretty rough out there with the celebrations. So, Haft, the server, Campbell Haft. A 5-4 DS. Great dig in the back row, Dierstad, but missing the roll shot was Sheaf. And the server will be Abby Davenport. That means Reese Moriarty's back in the front row. Easy point, though, for Premier as they get the missed serve. Now let's see here. So Nielsen, Tegan Nielsen is back in, as is Jordan Frink. So it looks like we've got subs for both outsides. Frink with the dig. Nielsen with a shot off hands. Now the system ball for Nielsen. It will come back free and short. Let's see if this is a middle attack. It is. It's Mueller. Bella Mueller at 6'2", the tallest player on the floor, with a nice swing. She has the heavily taped right shoulder, but this is her last match of her 15 season, so I'm sure she's not feeling any pain at this point. Playing on pure adrenaline, looking for that gold medal. Back row swing, creative attack. Abby Davenport. And the lead is 13-12, and here comes Kaylin Harvey to serve. Jump float, popped up by Haft. From here begging for the touch, they don't get the call, they fall behind by 2. Coach Josh Adams up pacing on the sideline. He could win best shoes. Coach K gives best shoes, and he's got some good ones. No monetary award for best shoes. A spinner out of the back row from Jordan Frink, and it won't come back. Grace Rude returns in the front row, and the libero, Avery Whaley, a 5'8" libero with the jump float serve. Tight set. Nobody's going to be able to get to that set. Ava Shepard with the trap set out to the right. No chance for Addie Jeffers. And Whaley will serve again. Tied at 14s now. Back and forth opening set. Another good cross-court serve. And they are targeting Reese Moriarty, the best attacker. That ball got through for Tegan Nielsen. So Nielsen and Moriarty both contributing early. Serving run for Avery Whaley. She's given Premier a 1-point lead. Trying to go back-to-back with golds with their gold team. Moriarty's dug. Great setter dump, but it did not go down by Gallion. And then a hard-driven ball, I think it was Moriarty off the block. So Galen had a bit of a disadvantage in the front row at 5'6", going up against Moriarty. And number 7 went line. Now it's Ava Campbell back in along with Maddie Wells. Haven't seen the middles get set much for Houston Juniors. We'll see if that changes. Gallion to Tegan Nielsen, and she gets the touch call. That was linesperson Cheryl Macareg from the Southern California region. Saw that touch. And the server is Gallion. Audrey Gallion, the 5'6" setter. Complete miss that time by Moriarty. And Gallion will serve again, up 2. And I think Coach Marissa Stinson has seen enough. So she's going to take her first time out. Coach Josh Adams wanted to verify how many subs he's used, and the answer was 8. Officials on the ball on this one. Second referee Jake Rasmussen had the answer right away. Well, this match was scheduled for 3 o'clock. It's now 4:10, and we're in the first set of the 15 Freedom Battle. He's served by Audrey Gallion is an ace behind the timeout. So Gallion with perfection on that serve. Now the serve behind the ace. If you've been listening today, you know Coach K has a term for something bad that happens, but not predicting it. Gallion with another tough serve, back-to-back aces, as she has a low, hard, flat serve. Let's see. They're picking on Moriarty, so they're going to stack it the other way. And she is going to go on the right. Now let's see if Gallion goes over there. She does not. She goes down the line and serves an out ball. Tough assignment for line judge Doug Grinnell from the Pioneer region. He had to dodge the ball and make the call. But he did it. Gallion to her middle, low set. Yes, Grace Ruitt, the first thing she said is get that higher. That one was on the setter, so Reese Moriarty gets to serve again. But down 2. Good first set battle, very even. Tegan Nelson, dig by Moriarty. And another shot off the tape. Abby Davenport has found a couple of kills with balls that have found a seam in the block. Good serve by Moriarty. Gallion to Tegan Nelson. And she gets the kill down the line. The setter, Ava Campbell, was dug in and right back. She touched it, but more self-defense than anything else. 2-point lead again. Kate Dierstad, 5'7" DS, on to serve. She has a good jump float serve. Again, Moriarty having to pass every ball, and then she has to hit out of the back row. And she misses. Now we're going to see a sub, and this is probably a good sub by head coach Marissa Stinson. Let Moriarty take a breath. Coming off the bench is Kaylee Reed, a 5'8" outside hitter. She's in the back row, so her job is to pass. And immediately, well, the serve did not test her. It was close to her. Good kill in the middle. Maddie Wells coming around. She's a right side, but she attacked out of the middle. So, Zaria Collier will be the server. 6-foot middle hitter. And she puts it in, and she gets an ace. And gets Houston Juniors within 1. I think Coach Josh Adams will be looking for a timeout here, and he does take it. A good timeout by the coach. As Assistant coach Tatum Anderson had the Longhorn under her arm. She was up off the bench. So Houston Juniors fighting back. They've cut the lead to 1. Appreciate Victor from the all-tournament team crew. He's ready for me this time. There was a mix-up. Somebody was supposed to carry it over for me for 15 open. And we had a discussion about MC Crutcher versus Taylor Johnson, and the coaches felt Taylor Johnson was better over the entire tournament, and that's what it's all about. It's not just the final match for the all-tournament team. Galleon's going to go on the right, but Rands sends over a down ball. However, little scramble for Houston Juniors. Now coming the other way out of system is, well, this will be interesting. That ball is out. That was over the antenna. A great play, but that ball was definitely out. Zaria Collier got a contact on it and really got some good distance, but did go out of bounds over the antenna. So the server is Grace Rued at 22-20. Crunch time for both teams. Getting a kill down the right side, Maddie Wells. Wells will now depart for the setter, Ava Shepard, and Ava Campbell will depart for Addie Jeffers. 22-21, Premier on top by 1. Galleon, great set on the run to Rands, but Rands is stopped. Ooh, somebody got something. Yeah, the net. I'm not sure if it was Rands. I think it was Rands. And the net violation ties it at 22. The ball was up, but the net was clearly contacted. Deep serve off the libero, Whaley. This is a tight set, but a shot to the corner. Hanging in the air, Grace Sheaf with a great shot to the corner. Here comes Haft again. If we go to extra points, I think Premier will run out of subs. Even though they're running a 5-1, they're subbing DSs. Out of system ball. This will come back free and short. Whaley gets there. Oh, the rip by Sheaf off the hands, and Ava Shepard diving for it in the back row, got a hand on it, but it caught the net and went down, and now a second. And, well, I think the signal was first timeout for Marissa Stinson. That might be true. Josh Adams has taken one, and maybe Stinson's taken one also. So, recapping the situation, first set of 15 Freedom, and Premier with the 24-22 lead, the set point. Houston Juniors on receive. Our server is Campbell Haft, and the setter is in right back. That is Ava Shepard. So let's see who she goes to. She'll probably try to find Abby Davenport if she gets a good pass. Well, she'll have to now. It's an out-of-system ball, and Davenport forced to tip. Galleon covers it. Oh, no. Oh, there was a touch. The first referee ruled a touch, and it's 25-22. Premier takes set one. Well, that was a little controversial. No line judge had a signal, but the first referee ruled that there was a touch. That's Tangela Ennis, and so that results in a 25-22 first set victory. had to double check something with Coach Josh Adams. None of his players have won a medal, so it's first medals for everybody on Premier Nebraska 15 Black and first medals for everybody on Houston Juniors 15 Premier. Both these clubs have won medals before, but not these individuals. Well, I wanted to mention the club directors for Houston Juniors. She's on the far side in the stands cheering on her team from a distance down the set. It's Stephanie Rhodes, who's the longtime director of Houston Juniors. And then on the other side, it's Shannon Smolinski, who just won gold in 15 USA. But the other club director, I don't know why Shannon Smolinski on her match never mentioned her mom, Marianne Gyra. She is called Miss Premier by Josh Adams. So he made sure that Marianne Gyra, who started the club with her husband back in the day, got some mention. And Marianne stopped by and got to say hello to her. So she was part of that match back on April 25th, 2021 in 18s in Columbus with Shannon Smolinski as the head coach, where Lindsey Krause, who ultimately went to Nebraska and played outside hitter, was a 6'4 libero. And they brought up a player off their 15s team, which was Shannon Smolinski's team. And they also brought up, actually, I guess she was the only one. No, they did bring up a player off of their 16s team, and actually 17s team, and won 18 Open. One of the greatest accomplishments, a 15-year-old playing 18 Open and winning a gold medal. That was Lauren Medic. And I remember it like it was yesterday, but it was 2021. I still keep all my rosters in the Bible. If you're ever at Girls Junior Nationals, come by Coach K's position and we can look up all the matches that I've done. I can't do all the matches anymore because they're stacked. We have 4 courts going right now. But I am on the number 1 court, the court that had 15 Liberty, 15 Open, 15 USA, and now 15 Freedom. A big day for Premier if they can win this second set and go back-to-back in 2 different divisions with their first team and their second team. But Houston Juniors will have a lot to say about that, as they have the serve, and it is Ava Shepard. She's Ava number 21. 2 Avas. Mueller, that ball was down, I do believe. Yes, it was ruled down. So a kill for the middle, Bella Mueller. Campbell Haft is back on. And she has a tough low serve picked up and attacked by Abby Davenport, and then a tremendous cover by the libero, Kaylin Harvey, but her cover ball got stuck at the top of the tape and Davenport couldn't attack it. Good pass by Davenport. This is a play in the middle for Jeffers, and then a ball that will not come back again. Everything's getting stuck at the top of the net for Houston Juniors. They're down 3-0 early. Want to thank Edward Jones from Baller TV for getting me on the air, and of course I'll be back on Thursday for the 17s. Oh, what a save by the libero. Misconnect with Mueller. However, scoring from the right side is Addie Jeffers. The server is Abby Davenport. We have an Abby, an Addie, and a Maddie. Mueller attacking through the double block. Ariel McDonald, number 14, the 6'1 middle for Houston Juniors, was in good position, but Mueller was able to drive it through, turning it a bit. As I mentioned, the taped right shoulder, but I think she's feeling no pain right now. Kill on the left, Reese Moriarty with some authority. Houston Junior is going to need a lot more of that. Zaria Collier comes back on as McDonald leaves, and the libero, Kaylin Harvey, serves. Houston Juniors behind by 2, and Moriarty gets the dig off the block. Back row swing coming. Whaley able to dig it. The net's bouncing around, but I think it was the ball. Moriarty with another kill. The big dog starting to heat up. Still trailing by 1 at 3-4. Harvey to serve again. Errant pass. The high, deep serve. Threw off Campbell Haft. And with the ace, Harvey will get to serve again, although it takes a minute to run down the ball. But good work by her teammate, Abby Davenport. Ooh, low pass, but it crawls over. And a net violation called on Zaria Collier. It looked like Collier did a good job trying to save it, but I think her follow-through punching at that ball took her into the net. Whaley to serve. Moriarty off of hands, controlled. Then Nielsen is blocked. So the big outside hitter's having to struggle to try to get it through the block. A slowly developing slide for Rued. Oh, the setter dump. She likes that play. She's front row, and she jumps, and now the block goes into the net on a dug ball. And it is all even at 5s. Assistant coach Cameron Zeeley up talking to his front row players. He's in all black. Gallion way out to Nielsen, and she is blocked. That was a solid block by Maddie Wells and Zaria Collier. Good net penetration, 4 hands up. Let's see what happens on the next ball. Another good pass for Gallion. She's going to try back row with Jordan Fink. And Fink's ball hit the tape. Jordan Fink, 5'10". Well, I think she's more of a DS in this match, but she's listed as a right side. We have not seen the second setter, Molly McGreer, at 5'7", coming in any kind of 6'2". They've stayed with Gallion. Gallion's going to have to run down that pass and give it to Rued. Collier's blocked, then Moriarty rolls it over. However, Collier coming out of nowhere. She was late on the play. Maddie Wells was there, and Zaria Collier came flying in and blocked the shot from Tegan Nielsen. Good last-minute movement from the middle. Gallion's going to go back to Nielsen. She goes line. The block gave up too much room, and Tegan Nielsen took care of it. The server, Audrey Gallion, the setter. 3 attackers now in the front row and a much bigger block. Maddie Wells with that kill with authority. She, as a right-handed player, let the ball cross her body and went line. I don't think enough right-handed right sides do that. Now Moriarty to serve, and Davenport back in the front row. Tegan Nielsen chops one through the block. Grace Sheaf returns. So yeah, regular DSs for the outsides. Coach Zeeley talking to his middle, Rued. And Maddie Wells has been making some plays on the right side. She's given Houston Juniors a 3-point lead. Zadia Collier back to serve. That means Ariel McDonald is back in. An ace serve in the seam between the libero and the DS. And Coach Josh Adams just got up and went back and talked to Molly McGreer, so there might be some kind of 6-2 change coming. We'll see. A kill for Grace Sheaf through the block. And McGreer is indeed coming in for Grace Rued. But that is not as a setter, that's more as a serving specialist. Molly McGreer at 5'7" with the serve, and it's a good one. Always tough to be a serving sub. Ball off the block. Great set against the flow, but that's blocked. Rands now going the other way. What a shot, and what a set. That was a platform set by Kate Dierstad, I think, because Gallion got the first ball. And no libero on. Another good serve by McGreer. This is going to be tough. It's in the plane. Maddie Wells, I'm going to have to put a little star next to her name. She's done a lot of good things as a right side. Good serves by Molly McGreer as a serving sub, and then she subs out for the middle, who subs out for the libero. They got it right. Ava Campbell to serve, 3-point lead again. Finding the sideline, crafty shot by Grace Sheaf. Grace Sheaf, she is having a conversation with her head coach, saying, "Yeah, that's how I do that shot." Well, that ball was not ruled down. I thought it was close. Oh, what a touch by Dierstad, and it ends on a kill in the middle. Ariel McDonald with a big celebration. I don't think she's been set but maybe once in this entire match, and she gets a kill, and the lead is back to 3. Serve might have been out, but played. And then the Sheaf ball is blocked. Oh, there was a touch on that. Mueller hit the ball into the top of the tape and got away with a touch. I guess the block did get a piece of it. It was really hard to see from my vantage spot, but there was no question on the call. Bella Mueller with the kill. There's the big dog, Reese Moriarty, with a lot of power. She got all of that one. Kaylin Harvey to serve. Good serve by Harvey, but handled by Frink. And a kill for Tegan Nielsen. So Premier hanging in there. As the server is Avery Whaley. Good up on that dig right to Gallion, but turning it out of bounds, Tegan Nielsen. So the double sub coming back. If we go late into one of these sets, somebody's going to run out of subs. As Wells returns with Ava number 2, Ava Campbell. Ava 21 is Ava Shepard. Campbell serves. Gallion's going to go to Nielsen. She's dug. That's another great dig by Harvey cross court. She's blocked in terms of my view by the second referee. Now Harvey becomes the setter and puts up a good ball, and Frink was in perfect position, but Campbell Hafe reached in front, and that did not work out well, and now the lead is 4 for Houston Juniors, trying to go a 3-setter and see if we can keep the match going well into the evening. A serve for Ava Campbell, and a timeout needed and taken by Josh Adams in his 10th year for Premier Nebraska, going for his first medal. His players going for their first medal, and then Marissa Stinson on the other side. She's going to talk it over with a happy Houston Juniors crowd because they're up 5 trying to force a deciding set. And why not? We had a great day here. Why not just keep playing volleyball till 6 or 7 o'clock? Let's check the time. It is 4:36 p.m. Coach Stinson with some last words for her players. Up 5 with 8 to play. We'll see if Audrey Gallion has any tricks up her sleeve as the setter, against the server. Good shot against the flow by Ava Campbell. And another kill for Maddie Wells. She's been strong over on that right side. And the lead is now 6. So Premier in a bit of a problem here. They were hoping to sweep it. Oh, running a slide and then chipping it back in was Grace Rued. Now Rued gets up on the block with Gallion, and it's a kill. Reese Moriarty. I can hear Josh Adams say, Grace, hit the ball. A serve off the tape. When it's going well, it keeps going well. As Ava Campbell gets the tape ace, and now the lead is 8. Audrey Gallion talking to her hitters. She needs a pass. Well, maybe she can go up and win a joust. Well, she does win the joust, but Houston Juniors keeps it alive. Now Gallion will get a chance to go high ball to Nielsen. That's what Premier needed. They finally get out of that rotation, but they trail by 7 as Rands comes on and Haft leaves. And Audrey Gallion is the server. Down 7. Premier needs a serving run. And soon. Reese Moriarty getting targeted again by the coaching staff of Josh Adams, as well as great execution by Audrey Gallion. Now let's see if she goes right back at Moriarty, number 7, down the line. She does, and she gets another ace. I feel for Reese Moriarty. She's the top attacker for Houston Juniors, so she's going to see serve after serve as Coach Marissa Stinson takes a much-needed timeout. That's one apiece for our 2 gold medal finalists in 15 freedom. The bronze medals go to SA Juniors head coach Laura Sorrell and Club V Black Kyle head coach Kyle Duncan. The Freedom Division has a very short history. I think it goes back to 22 in Indy. And we'll get to that if we go to a third set. Right now, it's looking likely as Houston Juniors has jumped out ahead and stayed ahead here in set number 2. Oh, the coach's point for Coach Marissa Stinson as Gallion catches the top of the tape, and the lead is back to 5. And now Moriarty is the server. She'd like to get a little revenge on some of the servers for Houston Juniors. Well, her teammates help her out. Zaria Collier up on that double block with Maddie Wells. Now, Maddie Wells and Reese Moriarty have done some big things for Houston Juniors. Tool time, Tegan Nielsen. Looks like Frink is going to stay on as an outside. And indeed, that's what's happened. I think she is on for Sheaf. Power tip off of the hand. Smart play. Abby Davenport. So, set number 2 has gotten away from the head coach, Josh Adams, but still important if Premier wants to come back. Well, that won't help. A wild shot by Frink out of bounds. So now we have 8 set points coming up for the server, Zaria Collier. And for Premier, they'll have to regroup because they will be tied 1 set apiece with Houston Juniors. However, at set point, Collier into the net, and that gives number 10, Grace Rued, the middle, a chance to serve 7 in a row. Can she do it? It's not easy. She puts the first serve in, and it leads to a free ball. And going high hands, Frink. So that ends set number 2, and it's Houston Juniors dominating at 25-17. The captains will come over. It's a gang of captains for Premier and 1 captain. It looks like serve is on the Houston Junior side. That's always my preference as a coach. I coach for High Performance St. Louis, and I will be helping out with our 16 Royal team starting the day after tomorrow. We'll start play on Monday. Sunday is a day off. Gives the 16s and 17s a chance to move in to Dallas, Texas, as all of the 15s and 14s will be leaving. Looks like there's still something going on the court opposite me between Sunshine and Omni. And I can't quite tell what else is happening. But we are all the way over to set number 3. Our PA announcer Mike Markham, one of the best in the business, playing some interesting, mellow bumper music. Set number 3 about to begin. I mentioned the history of this division. In Indian 2022, it was Texas Fury with head coach Hillary Keaton over Jupiter Elite. Out of the Florida region, head coach John Mitchell. In Chicago, it was Bakersfield Jr. Out of the Southern California region, Junie Rexroth over Texas Fury. So they went gold and silver in the 15 Freedom Division. And then in 24 was Seal Beach out of the Southern California region. Maria Fatal was the head coach, and she wore the water polo gear because her daughter plays for USA Water Polo. They beat Houston Skyline. Chris Constantino was the coach, and Allison Wetland was the MVP of that Vegas Freedom Final in 15th. So we've had a Lone Star team, a Southern California team, and then another Southern California team. Could be another Lone Star team, could be a Great Plains team. We'll find out. Lineups being checked by Jake Rasmussen. And he'll let Libero Avery Whaley on. All tournament team coming up at the end of this one. Although I may have lost my scorekeeper, Victor. Let's see if anybody will flip score. Maybe I can keep track. For a 15-pointer. There's at least a slight chance I can do that. So the server is Ava Shepard, Ava number 21. And she puts it in. Good pass, though, by Nielsen. And Rand's looking for the touch. I thought there was a touch, but maybe not. Rands can't believe it. Houston Juniors on the board. And Victor is back, so I don't have to keep score. Good for Victor. First one's to 5, first one's to 8 is the Coach K theory on deciding sets. And the first one to 2 is Houston Juniors with a kill by Abby Davenport. She's been strong over on the left pin. Although I like the play of the little libero, Kaylin Harvey. Be interesting if she gets some recognition. Gallion to Sheaf, who's back in. And another kill for Abby Davenport. Have to give her some cred as, let's see, we're going to change the back row. Usually don't run out of subs in a 15-pointer, so Tegan Nielsen is out, and in is Kate Deerstadt. .30 start. The block against Mueller going the other way, and Rands can't put it down. Houston Juniors looking strong, and another kill for Abby Davenport. Coach Josh Adams is forced to take an early timeout, down 0-4. What a great start for Houston Juniors as they come out on fire. Houston Juniors fans making some noise on the other side. Now the Premier fans start making some noise. A lot of them are behind their court in the end zone seats. There's a podium at one end, and then there's end zone seats. Pretty good setup here in the Kay Bailey Hutchison Convention Center. Gallion's going to give it to Grace Sheaf, and nothing working. Well, the first one's to 5 is Houston Juniors at 5-0. Not what Premier needed. They were in control in that first set. Good decision. It looked like Kate Dierstadt was thinking about playing that ball, but she decided at the last minute to let it go. And that was the right choice. Now Campbell Haft will serve. Gallion in the front row in rotation 4. Ball off of the libero Haley, and another kill for Abby Davenport. I think she has 4 of the 6 points in this third set. She is putting the ball away from her right side position. Now, a great job retrieving the ball by Grace Rued. Got to give her credit. That ball slipped through the barricade and went several courts down. But Rued got it. Good serving again, Houston Juniors. The big dog, Reese Moriarty, draws the block in, and it's 7-1. Assistant coach Tatum Anderson trying to get the troops to regroup. They've got Gallion in the front row. She could go on 2. They need a side out right now. Sheaf takes something off of it. This ball comes back free. Chance to go middle, and the connection isn't there. Another save over. That's been twice that Whaley has saved the missed connection. Moriarty finds the end line. Ouch. When it rains, it pours right now for Premier. They have battled winning set 1 and then hanging tough in set 2, but right now down 7 at 8-1. They need a side out, and they finally get it from Grace Sheaf. Let's see. Sheaf coming off for Frank, who will be the server, and Nielsen back on. Tegan Nielsen. They need her power on the left side for these next 3 rotations. Mueller and Nielsen in the front row with the setter Gallion. What a dig by Avery Whaley. Off speed, Whaley has to pick up the free ball. Nielsen tips out. And it has gotten out of hand. Timeout by Josh Adams. Coach is taking a timeout. Assistant coach Cameron Zeeley didn't see the head coach take the timeout. He was giving instructions to Bella Mueller. On the other side, Coach Marissa Stinson, in her 3rd year, looking for her first medal, and her players all looking for their first medal. And they are in an excellent position, up 9-2 in a deciding set. This is where you find out about toughness, character. When you're down 2-9, you really have to dig deep. And, of course, Houston Juniors is not going to let off the gas. They've got one of their better servers, Kaylin Harvey, on the end line. She has created some problems passing for Premier, but she does not. She goes out long. Will that be an omen, so to speak, for any kind of Premier comeback off a missed serve? Avery Whaley serves, and she'll get an ace. So a little 2-point turnaround for Coach Josh Adams off his timeout. Mark that down. It was 9-2, and a good server, and Harvey went long. Whaley to serve again. Moriarty pops it up. She'll swing. Takes a lot off of it, so a chance for Nielsen. She's blocked. It's Collier and Jeffers on that double block. I noticed Reese Moriarty is chewing gum while she plays. Shades of Annie Drews in the Olympics. She's got the gum going. Looks like they're going to keep her on the right to block, and that's what's happened. But no stopping the shot from Nielsen. Now she gets to swing on the right. That was fun. Gallion, and I think Gallion got the bottom of the net. Yes, she did. So a little strategy from Coach Marissa Stinson as she's keeping her outside Reese Moriarty on the right to block with Collier against Nielsen. And she's got Wells on the left. Let's see where the set goes. It's going to go to the big dog, Reese Moriarty. And the lead is 8 at 12-4. I like it when the coaches mix things up because Wells have been doing quite well on the right, but she's staying left. Little change. Great run through by Davenport, and then Wells finds the corner. Maddie Wells can do no wrong, too. The trio of Moriarty, Davenport, and Wells would be my choices for the all-tournament team. Now we're going to get a sub in as McGreer's coming in as a defender for Frink. So she'll probably see this next serve if the coaching staff from Houston Juniors is paying attention. And indeed she does. No, actually it went to Haft. And Nielsen gets a kill off of hands. Rands is going to return. Excuse me. Grace Rued is going to return as Audrey Gallion. Gallion, the ace serve. Abby Davenport was really wise to let it go. It was a line shot that looked like it was going long, and it would have been really hard to pass. Let's see where this one goes. I would think the same spot. And it is, and this one's another good serve, but kept alive and given back free by Ava Campbell. Chance for Rued to score, and she goes out. No, it wasn't Rued, it was Rands. So Rued and Rands are both in. Got to keep track of my R players. 7 and 10 are both in. So we got a sub out Molly McGreer for Sheaf, and then we're subbing out Nielsen for Dierstad. Set and match point for Houston Juniors. And they won't get that one as the pass was low and the save attempt by Ava Campbell was out of bounds. And now, well, Marissa Stinson does have 2 timeouts, so she takes one at 8:14. I don't think I've seen that too often, but can't argue with the head coach. She's about to win a gold medal. If she can get one more point. Thanks to Mizuno, Simpatico, Molten Sport Court, and Sports Imports. They're all major sponsors. You can see their banners on the far side for USA Volleyball. Coming up next Thursday, 17 Liberty, 17 Open, 17 USA, and 17 Freedom from right here on Court 36 as we close out the club season for 2025. Great serve by Dierstad and a low set. Trying to go middle from well off the net was Ava Campbell, and it could not go over. Now we're going to try the right side, and that's going to be a kill. I think the touch hit the block, and the final is 15-9 in this deciding set as Houston Juniors on a quirky last shot off of the tip and the fingertips of the blockers. They take the gold medal. So Houston Juniors takes the gold, and let's recap the final finish. It's a great finish for Premier as they get gold in the 15 USA division. They get silver in the 15 Freedom division, and they pick up their first medal. Now I'm looking for my all-tournament team, which I know is done, but it's got to come over to me. And I want to stay on the air until I get it, but I'm not getting it. Again, this is the second time today that the all-tournament team has not come over to Coach K. Ah, here it comes. There's Lynette from the all-tournament committee. It's been a crazy day today, but we've come through with the final all-tournament team of the 15 Freedom Division. I'll read this, and then we're going to go off the air. So, from Premier, Tegan Nielsen on the all-tournament team. Ava Shepard from Houston Juniors. That's interesting. The setter, well, she was very good. Club B has Adriana Warren. SA Juniors, Chloe Espino. Paige Lenderman from 863 Elite. Rebecca Nault from Ignite. Avery Gattuso from Arizona EVJ. Avery Kohler from A5 Brett. Audrey Gallion, I thought she was outstanding for Premier, the setter. Kaylin Harvey, yes, the little libero did get some credit. Number 99 on the all-tournament team. Haley DeMille from Club V. Kayla Rodriguez from SA Juniors. Savannah Watts from 863 Elite. And Avery Whaley from Premier, Nebraska. All good choices. The libero's getting some recognition. And then finally, it's Taylor Moriarty. Well, I have her as Reese Moriarty on my roster, so maybe she goes by a couple different names. But whatever it is, number 7 is the MVP. So that wraps things up. SA Juniors and Club V get the bronze. Houston Juniors head coach Josh Adams gets the silver. They're crying, but they should not be because they got a great silver medal in the 15 Freedom Division. And Houston Juniors with head coach Marissa Stinson and her assistant coach Marjani Miles, they take the gold medal, and the MVP to the big dog Reese Moriarty for this championship. That will do it. It's been a great day. Thanks to Edward Jones and the crew at Baller TV for putting me on the air. We will be back on Thursday for 15 Liberty, 15 Open, 15 USA, and 15 Freedom. That's all. I'm Coach K. Thanks for watching this first half of the Girls Junior National Championships. The 16s and 17s get after it the day after tomorrow. That's all from Dallas, Texas.